So apparently it's showtime. It still makes me smile when StreamYard says that. And where am I? Let's take me out of the way. Hello, here I am. And I hope some of you are able to join me. I'm honestly not sure how many people will see this because Facebook, when I said invite all, which is what I normally do, I know everyone even then doesn't see it, but Facebook shared it with 87 people out of the whole group. Not sure why that is at all, but hey ho. So it could be that I'm talking to myself today, but you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So what is it I'm here to do? And I must remember not to ramble on today because I've got another call starting at 1:15. So I've got to get on with my message today. So what is it that I want to talk to you about lurking today? Well, it might surprise you to know that in these last 7 days, 10 days actually, because it was last Friday, a week ago, that I left home, I haven't really lurked, even though it's been an amazingly busy week. So it's one of those things that, good morning, Jenny. Lovely to see you here. So I had the most amazing 7 days away. I left last Friday, traveled up to about 100 miles or so to see one of my favorite beauty therapists for an amazing facial. If I'm out and about, I'll always travel the extra mile to see her. Won't be doing that too much longer in the UK if we can't get hold of any fuel, though, that's for sure. Then I headed northwest to see my would-be brother, Paul, who often joins us here. I'm not sure if he's here today, but he's often joining us here. But I was so lucky that I was able to spend some time with Paul in his gorgeous house, beautiful garden, even though we spent a Saturday afternoon sat outside Stoke Hospital because he had a wasp sting, actually, that got really infected. So we needed to make sure that he was okay. And then on Monday morning, I headed off for further north, not so much more west, but further north. So by now I'm a good kind of 300 miles, I guess, away from home, to a business retreat. And hello all, whoever Facebook user is. Nice to have you here. And I was slightly nervous about going to the business retreat because it was a community of women that I had met over Facebook and on training programs and on Zoom calls. So I'd heard them, I'd seen them from here up, but never met them properly. So I was slightly nervous because what I didn't know was whether I was going to be okay, whether I was going to kind of need to lurk, need to escape, need to run away. I really didn't know. So I did what I now have found to be the absolute best thing for me, which is right at the outset. I said, as an introvert, there may be times where I need to escape off into my own space. And if I do, it's for my own battery maintenance, my top up. It's nothing to do with any of you. So please don't take it as, any kind of affront if I disappear. And sometimes I might even disappear without warning. So, I just want you not to worry. Well, what that prompted beautifully was a number of different people saying, yeah, I'm an introvert too. Yeah, I'm an introvert too. And as it turned out of the 10 women and 2 hosts for the business retreat, there were only, I think, 2 out and out extroverts. The rest of us were much more introverted, even though some of us are the extroverted introverts. So we don't necessarily look and sound like introverts. And if you'd seen us all at karaoke, you'd know that we that we don't always look like introverts. Boy, we had a good time. So one of the things that absolutely amazed me from the Monday to Friday that I was in the company of these 12 or 11 other precious women, I didn't need to lurk once. I mean, I did have my own room, so I could escape if I needed to. And sometimes I would just kind of nip upstairs and, just use my own bathroom or whatever. But I didn't need to run away at any stage. And that really told me something quite important, which is that when you're with the right people, when you're with people who get you, in my case, when I'm with people where I've been able to declare my hand and say, just to give you the heads up, I am an introvert, so don't be surprised if I kind of, disappear off at any time. I felt absolutely safe being me, being vulnerable, being quiet if I needed to be quiet, but still not lurking. And it just, for me, I wish I could have bottled it and shared it with all of the introverts around me who still use their introversion as an excuse as to why they can't do things. Because actually, a lot of it is down to what do I do in order to create a safe space, a safe environment for me. So I wanted to share that with you. I've now met 11 other people who I know so much better. 11 other people. Yeah, it is absolutely wonderful, Jenny. You're right. 11 other people who I know they've got legs now. So it's not just from here upwards. 11 other people who I can honestly count on as true friends. I know I could turn to them even after only 4 days in their company. I know I could go to any one of them and, I don't know, offload a bit, ask for help, cry even, whoever. And there was a lot of crying, mostly joyful tears, but there was a lot of crying that went on because we were all so moved and touched by each other's growth, by each other's kind of journey. And yeah, it was just the most extraordinary experience. And then, of course, on my way home, I managed to stop off with 2 friends that I haven't seen. I think we worked it out in 10 or 12 years. And Val said to me, do you know how amazing this is? It feels like it was just last week that we were together. Now that for me is the mark of a really good friendship, that, we may not be physically in each other's company for a long, long time, but it feels like no time has passed. And that was just wonderful for me. It was absolutely wonderful. So I've promised that I'm not going to go on because I've got another call to get to at 1:15. But I did just want to share with you how important declaring boundaries, declaring your position, saying that you're an introvert without apology, but therefore saying what that might mean and how you might need to look after yourself is a really positive thing to do. Phew, that's me. There's one other message I think I have to share, which is that my email provider, ActiveCampaign, has been working its magic of an automation. And for some of you, you'll know exactly what that means. And for others, it'll be like, what? But what it does is it runs an automation. It runs its own sequence that when people haven't opened an email or responded for a set amount of time, it unsubscribes them. So my email list is kind of 70 people less or fewer, 70 people fewer than it was this time last week. If you notice that you're not getting emails and you wanted them, then just let me know and I can resubscribe you. Maybe check your inbox just to see that you didn't miss the 2 emails. One of them, the last one would have just been bye. But just check that because we can always add you back in. Anyway, that really is all I need to say today because I need to make sure I'm ready for my next training that I'm delivering. I'm delivering with a good friend of mine, a really good colleague, Sarah. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I hope to see you all next week. I will schedule another Lessons from a Lurker. And I suspect I might have done a little bit more lurking this week, just because it's a very different week to the one I had last week. Anyway, thank you for joining me. And I'll do what I always do now, which is go silent, leave it running for a little bit, just so that StreamYard doesn't cut me off mid-sentence. See you all next week.